In this video, I'll show you how to use HTML to text conversion feature within Microsoft Power Automate. Now, the goal of this exercise is to show you how to convert a HTML piece of document or HTML piece of code into a plain text. Now, just to give an example, if I just use a simple HTML text, like I use a p tag, and in p tag I will write hello world. And if I want to extract only the text component, how you can do that within Microsoft Power Automate. So for that, first let's go into a solution. So I can pick up any solution which I have created within my environment, or maybe I can go ahead and create a new solution. And once the solution is loaded, I will go ahead and update the particular flow. So let me create a new solution and I will call it as HTML testing. I'll select a publisher. Now it is always good that you should always make use of a solution to create a flow rather than going into my flows and creating a new flow. If it is just for testing purpose, that's particularly fine. But if you want to ship the solution from one environment to another, it is always advisable to create it in a solution. So I'll go new automation cloud flow, and then for this example, I will pick up an instant cloud flow. Now here I will name the flow HTML demo and say conversion, manually trigger a flow, click on create. Now it will give me a trigger, manually trigger a flow. Now I will make use of a compose action. So data operation compose. And here in compose action, I will put some text around. So I'll just click on save and I will put a text. So hello world. It's a text. Click on save. And this is the first time I'm saving. Now as you see, I have got the old interface, right? So I'll just go back and I'll say this flow has been created. Click on this flow again and click on edit. And now you will be presented with a new and modern interface. So manually trigger a flow compose. Now here in the compose, this is our plain HTML, which we are going to input. Now, how do you write an HTML? Very simple HTML paragraph tag p hello world enclosed with a p markup. So p is basically a paragraph. So this is like an HTML text. Now I'll just click on save. And if I publish this and test this, I should be able to see an output as an HTML text. So I'll just run this quickly. And as you see, it has run successfully and it has got a green tick, and this is the output. So I put an input as p and I got an output as p hello world. And uh, and I can see that yes, this is like a HTML. Now what do you do with HTML? Now I need to convert this into a text. I need to extract only the text component. So if I just say convert, if I just search in convert, and in the actions, if I just scroll down, I can see lot of convert actions over here. So I can see convert time zone and convert to PDF, but this is the one which I'm looking for. This action is in preview, HTML to text. Okay, so remember this is in preview, so ideally I would not recommend you to use this in a production. I'll come to that topic later, but this is a conversion feature which is available within Power Automate out of the box, and it is free. There is not like a, it's not like you have to pay for this, but this is all available within the platform. Now what do we do with this? We just need to pass the HTML document to be converted. Now here I can start writing HTML. So whatever I typed in hello world, I can start typing over here, or maybe I can just pass the compose object, right? So I'll click on the dynamic content, and here I will pass outputs of the HTML. Click on save draft. and test. Continue, run the flow, click on done. And now, as you see, the first one we passed input as hello world, output is hello world in p tag. HTML to text, if you scroll down here, you will see the output status code as 200 and the body has given me hello world. So if you want to see the raw output, here you will be able to see the raw output. Now this is like the text has been extracted from the HTML code. So it has been ripped, all the HTML tag, and only the text component has been taken. So this is useful when you're using, say, take for example, in Dynamics 365 customer service, or if there is a scenario of customer service where you want to create a ticket in a dataverse. If someone sends out an email, so mostly people send out an email not in the plain text, but they use HTML formatting for that. So all the HTML formatting, the signatures, all these things comes within a an email. Now you can extract the body content of the email, put it in HTML to text, and start extracting this information. And then you will be getting the actual component within the ticket. Now this is all fine, but what happens is, like, if you have a big email and if you get the signature, if you use this feature HTML to text, you will be getting all those unwanted information along with that body content, right, for a specific email. Now what if you want to just have a selective component within an HTML? Okay, so I'll give an example. So let me go into W3 schools and let me pick up some HTML content. So let me go into, say, HTML. So this is a paragraph. Let me go into headings. I've got a heading over here. So let me copy the headings. So I've got more HTML over here. I'll click on edit. And here, instead of passing the output, I will just put some HTML text over here, right? Now let me go into HTML images and let me copy this and I'll put something here, right? And let me pick up some more formatting options. So this text is bold. So I've copied few HTML code and I will run this and show it to you how it works. So manually publish and test. So I've got H1, H2, H3, H4, and then I have an IMG tag, H5, H6, and then a B tag. Now this is not just one piece of HTML code, but then there are like around 8 lines of HTML code. Now once you run this, you will see HTML to text. Now if you see the output, see the body. So let me go over here. So let me see show raw input. So if you see, the raw input is like the pure HTML. And if you see the raw output, it has given you that same output, right? It has given you that same HTML code. Now what if I just click on edit, copy this entire code? So I'll just copy this entire code over here, go to HTML text, again use that same approach, test it manually. So instead of one HTML piece of code, I'm using 8 lines of code. And once you use this HTML to text feature, you can see now, compared to the previous one, in the previous one we got the HTML. Now here you will see the output as body, heading 1, heading 2, then it has picked the alt tag as well, and it has picked up heading 5, heading 6. Now if you see the code over here, so let's relate this to your email signature. Now in email signature you may have an IMG tag, right? Now we don't want IMG tag content. We just want some main content, whatever is specified in the body of an email, right? Now if you want to selectively operate on this, then how can we get those content delivered, right? So for that, we have to use some inbuilt function, and maybe we will use something called as an HTML parser. Okay. Now, just to remove the complexity, I will just take this off. So let me take a copy of it and remove this. So now we started with this example. Let me click on save draft. And now HTML to text, yes, we have seen this. So I'll just delete this component. Now here, I will use another compose. Now this compose, what it does is I will just rename it as say XML. Now I need to write a function, and the function is basically I'm using an XML function. So dynamic content outputs of HTML add publish. So I'm using an XML function passing the HTML code along with it. So if you see the output of this XML, this will give you the exact content of the code in double quotes, right? So be hello world. But what if I want to extract these component only? Okay. So with XML tag, yes, it is not possible. Now what happens is, like, if you want to parse an XML, you need to use something called as an XPath query expression. Now for that, we will use another compose. Now see, you can merge all this thing using one formula. I'm just simplifying the process to show you how to use and how to utilize it fully. Now in XPath, so I've used a compose action. So there is a function called as XPath. Now here I need to pass the dynamic content of XML. So outputs of XML. So I'll pass HTML. HTML is passed through the XML function, so I'll pass this as outputs of XML. And now, if you want to actually parse, you need to just put a comma, you need to pass an additional parameter, and in single quotes, so I'm just putting a single quotes, you need to go to two levels. So, first level and then the second level, and use a text function. So, if you see text function, okay, so let me show you again how do I write XPath. So here in XPath we are just passing out output of XML, and then we pass a parameter, but the parameter is two level deep to retrieve. So two slash and then text and the function. Click on add test. Yes. You can read through the documentation of XML and XPath on how to navigate to a deep level XML or HTML code, and then you will understand the syntax. So now I've run this. So first we are passing the HTML. As you see, this is a plain HTML. Then it is passed through XML object, so which gives you exactly the same result. Now if you go to the XPath, it has given me the value as hello world with a zeroth item. Now this is important to understand. So let me go over here, and if you see, it has given me that array first object as hello world, right? Now with this, many things open up. Now remember, in my previous example I told you that if you receive an email, and if email has three lines of code or four lines of three lines of text or four lines of text along with the signature of the person, and if you selectively wants to extract that information with HTML path to text, it will be very difficult to parse that information. But with this functionality, you will be able to exactly pinpoint if you know uh, what is the format of that email, and if you have a predefined email format. Now, yes, it if it works for one, it will work for other piece of code as well. So we have all this HTML code, right? So we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and all those things. And we have img tag, and we have this text is bold in a bold. So let's test this as well. Now, if you run this, I'm pretty much sure this particular flow is gonna fail. Now I'll explain you the reason now. Now, as you see, it says invalid template language expression for the XML because it says the template language XML parameter is not valid. Provided value cannot be converted to XML. There are multiple root elements. Now, you need to remember one thing: you cannot pass an individual HTML component to this XML function. Now, as you see, there is this is all at one level of hierarchy, right? Now, if I just enclose this with a body tag, now I'm just enclosing this entire thing in the body tag. Now, but obvious, your email, the email which you're going to parse will be a proper HTML, and the HTML has a proper structure. So it is very essential to have that proper structure around. And once you have the structure around, you just pass the complete HTML structure, which has that one root and then all the child elements within that. And then you test the flow, you run it, click on done, and then as you see, all this component has passed now. So XML and then XPath. Now let's evaluate the output of XPath. So if you see the output of XPath, uh, action, all the items have been extracted correctly. So if you go to show raw output, now these are the elements which have been extracted. So P tag, H1 tag, and then the bold tag. Now, as you see over here, the image tag is missing. Now, why? Because it hasn't found any text content within that. So if you compare the HTML component over here, there is no text component within it, right? It is there in SRC and it is there in ALT, but that is not our content. Our main content is the text component, like heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, 5, 6, and hello world, right? So this is also an alternative way through which you can utilize this functionality to selectively extract the HTML content. Now it gives you in a more readable array fashion. So if you go into XPath over here and see the output, it has given you an array. So with the help of index, now you can iterate through this component and you can perform multiple data operations depending on your requirement and use case. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically convert an HTML into a text using the inbuilt action or using a custom function by making use of XML and XPath functions. Thanks for watching.